I'd like to call the Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Ms. Brown, would you please take the roll?
Sunday, Mumgard, Gaines, Glover, Fanslaw, Klug, Stube, Engberg.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
Current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers, and we've got two presentations tonight. I think I'd like to start with Parks and Rec. I'd like to invite Ms. Stratman and Mr. Gowan up. Where's Tracy? I think she's coming. Oh, snuck in behind me. So we've got a proclamation. Whereas park and recreation are vitally important to establishing and maintaining the quality of life in our community, ensuring the health of all citizens, and contributing to the economic and environmental well-being of Papillion. Whereas park and recreation programs build healthy, active communities that aid in the prevention of chronic disease, provide therapeutic recreation services, and improves the mental and emotional health of all citizens. Whereas parks and recreation programs increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, crime reduction, and are fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community. Whereas parks and natural recreation areas improve water quality, protect groundwater, prevent flooding, improve the quality of the air we breathe, provide vegetative buffers to development, and provide habitat for wildlife. Natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. Whereas the City of Papillion estimates over 400,000 visitors to our parks, 109 participants in our recreation programs in 2023. Whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Park and Recreation Month, and the City of Papillion maintains 1,436 acres of public space, including 25 playgrounds, a dog park, 3 splash pads, 83 sports field courts, 6 public facilities, and soon-to-be pickleball courts. Now, therefore, I, David Black, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the City of Papillion, do proclaim July as Park and Recreation Month. You guys want to say anything?
Thank you. Thank you for noting this and being advocates for both Tony and I's departments. It's hard to believe, but we only have 5 weeks left of summer. So 5 weeks left of the swimming pool, 5 weeks left of summer day camp. It's really sad. But staff have been doing an amazing job this year. We have higher numbers of participants and more diversified programming. One that's coming up that's super exciting is goat yoga at Sumter. We will have that July 31st. And then a date in August as well. So, and we've had tremendous response from sound healing. That's another thing we've been doing out at the amphitheater with singing bowls and meditation. So if you haven't done that, that's on Wednesday evenings. So something new to try. Thank you very much.
And we talked about the flooding. Tony, thanks for all the work on 4 recreation areas. They've been vitally important. The other one, Papillion Community Foundation. We've got a number of folks with us, Joe Hunter and some of the executive board. And Joe, I'll invite you up to introduce some of the folks. But if you'd come up, I'd like to read a proclamation for the foundation. Whereas for almost 3 decades, the Papillion Community Foundation has provided exemplary service to the Papillion community. They have consistently hosted and supported numerous community events, including this year's magnificent Papillion Days. Whereas Executive Director Joe Hunter's dedication has been instrumental to the success of Papillion Days, he has tirelessly facilitated and nurtured long-standing relationships with civic organizations throughout the community. His leadership extended to prioritizing the safety of the community. When faced with a threat of severe weather, he made the difficult but necessary decision to close the event early this year, ensuring the well-being of all attendees. Whereas the City of Papillion extends its sincere gratitude to the Papillion Community Foundation's employees, board of directors, and volunteers. Their generous gift of time working alongside city staff is crucial to the success of Papillion Days. Whereas the Papillion Community Foundation serves as an invaluable community partner, their dedication to facilitating large community events exemplifies the strong spirit of Papillion, a place that truly feels like home. They've ensured the continuation of the cherished 77-year tradition of Papillion Days, so we do hereby honor the Papillion Community Foundation. I urge all citizens to acknowledge and appreciate the invaluable services provided by the foundation to our city and surrounding community. Joe, thanks. Thank you, Mayor. Want to share anything?
First off, I just want to thank everyone in this room. We can't do Papillion Days without pretty much everyone that's around the table here. Feedback from the community, from members, our elected officials, city staff. It doesn't happen without all of you. I have a phenomenal team here. Terry and Mindy are kind of the ones who keep me organized and on track, so they deserve a lion's share of the credit as well. And then our board, it provides plenty of direction, oversight, and guidance to make sure that we're honoring our small town traditions while also maintaining and keeping pace with the growth that we have. Thank you again. Again, Tony, you and your staff, you guys are rock stars. And then Chief of Police, I don't know where he is hiding at, but his command staff was instrumental in also helping clear the park out and make sure that everyone got out safely. So without that support, we wouldn't be able to continue to do what we do every year. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody. Ms. Powers, Administrator's Report.
Thank you. Just a quick update on the upcoming 24-25 budget. Robin will be reaching out to you early next week to set up those 3-on-1 meetings with each of you individually, and then Mark, Mayor Black, and myself. We're targeting the week of July 15th, and if that doesn't work for you, we can move it up to the end of next week if that's better for your schedule. So look to get that reach out from Robin early next week. And with those, during those meetings, that's where then if you guys have priorities, we'll go through what we currently have identified. And if you have additional priorities, we'll look at what we can do with our budget. And then we will have the budget ready to publish on July 26th with the introduction on August 6th. And then with summer in full swing, I wanted to highlight a few of the fun summer city activities that are going on. Tracy already stole my thunder on the goats. That's a lot of fun, and the different things at Sumter. So, but we also still have the weekly farmers market. I'm not sure if it's still on for tomorrow with the weather. It may be a little wet, but we're still planning on tomorrow. So if it's open, then you can get your fresh produce ahead of the 4th of July holiday. The library summer reading program continues through July 31st, and their website has all the different activities that they have going on. And then there's also the theater production of Crazy for You and some community movies that are also at Sumter. And then there are 2 remaining Saturday community hydrant parties in Papillion. There's 4 total, 2 are in Papillion. That's put on by the fire department, and it's just a fun activity. A lot of kids and a lot of community come out for that. That's July 13th at Glenwood Hills Park, and then July 20th at Halleck Park, and those are both from 1 to 2 p.m. So if you get a chance or in the neighborhood driving around, please check that out. And then just a reminder that City Hall and city facilities will be closed on Thursday, July 4th in observation of the holiday. And stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Gaines. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. Item D1, Ordinance 2027, an ordinance to amend Chapter 92 of the Papillion Municipal Code to adopt a National Electric NEC 2023 edition and amendments. Is there a councilman will introduce? Introduced by Councilwoman Klug. D2, Ordinance 2028, an ordinance to approve a change of zone from MU mixed use to CC community commercial property legally described as lots 6 and 7 Shiwi Farms, and lots 1 and 2 Shiwi Farms replat 1, generally located on the northeast corner of South 120th and Highway 370. The applicant's Gerald Torzon, Shiwi Farms. Sir, Councilman will introduce. Introduced by Councilman Ingberg. Item E1, Ordinance 2024, an ordinance to amend Article 23 PUD Planned Unit Development Overlay District of the Papillion Municipal Code having to do with regulations applicable to residential developments and open space requirements within Planned Unit Development Overlay Districts. The applicant is the City of Papillion. It's a public hearing. I'll open it. Do we have any proponents or opponents? I'll close the public hearing. Item F1, Resolution R240083, a resolution to approve the Fourth Amendment to the Prairie Queen Subdivision Agreement. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R240083? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilman Glover. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F2, Resolution R240084, a resolution to approve the Prairie Queen Public and Requested Improvements Construction Reimbursement Agreement. It's a related item. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R240084? Motion by Councilman Stubbe. Second by Councilman Fanslow. Proponents or opponents? Council discussion. Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F3, Resolution R240085, a resolution to approve professional services agreement with Thompson, Dreesen, and Dorner for design and construction administrative services regarding 132nd Street widening project. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R240085? Motion by Councilman Klug. Second by Councilman Stubbe. Proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F4, a resolution to approve Geneva Cole as the corporate manager for First Watch Restaurants, Inc., doing business as First Watch Papillion for their Class I liquor license. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R240114? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman Stubbe. Proponents or opponents? Is the applicant here? Welcome. If you want to say something, you can. You don't have to, but well, I do want to. It's just always important for the council that the applicant is here, so I really appreciate being here. Any council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you very much. It's all the regular agenda items, fairly brief meeting, and I don't believe any committees have met in the last couple of weeks. Any comments from the floor? Any council comments? Just not much from the last couple of weeks. We did a large number of department heads, and some others went to a leadership development training for a couple of days that UNO held at Baxter Arena. Had some national level speakers. It was a good program. Had a Gross ARPI board meeting. Nothing really to report out of that of significance. And we had a sewer wastewater agency meeting, and again, nothing really major to come out of that one. So I think that was most of the updates. And then, as Ms. Powers mentioned, we'll be scheduling the one-on-one sessions for budget input the next couple of weeks, overview where we're at and get your input so we can factor that into the budget. We do have a closed session tonight. And just because we do broadcast these, it's always good for education. Very rarely can the whole of the city council go behind doors for a secret closed session meeting. Really can only do it a couple of times. One is if you're doing negotiations, real estate, those types of things, because obviously when you're negotiating position, you don't want the other side to hear what your negotiating points are. So that's one of the main reasons. That's what we're doing tonight. But no votes can be taken behind closed session. If there is a vote to be taken, it's back out in open session. So is there a motion to go into closed session to protect the public interest to discuss no negotiations? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilman Sunday. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
I'll restate for the record the purpose of the closed session is only to discuss negotiations. Closed session will include the mayor, city council, city administrator, deputy city administrator, city clerk, city attorney, and the finance director.